grid is live. Initiate life cycle pattern.
And welcome back to another episode of Dan the Toy Man. And thank you for joining. As always on this channel, we love to visit the kind of unique, the rare, the quirky kind of stuff. As you already know, that involves customs and kind of rare stuff that I managed to find just not for sale or anywhere else. Collaborations with people such as Jordan Kane, and you can see his work on my channel already, as well as other custom and independent artists that I find on Facebook groups or eBay or just privately chatting, or Instagram as well, where I've managed to just reach out and ask somebody and just ask the question and hope for the best. So what we get to do in the 1/6 scale community is really get to connect and communicate, barter, trade, negotiate. And the best part is you never know who you're going to run into or what type of skills they have. Which brings us to today's unique piece. I was chatting to a gentleman named Matt, and he's from Laser Cutting Australia. And you can see his work on his Facebook page right here. You'll see custom 1/6 bases. You'll see lit up bases as well. So when I got chatting to Matt, what I managed to acquire was a very unique piece connected to a Hot Toys Tron light cycle. Now you may remember Tron from the 1982 Disney movie. Kevin Flynn goes into the grid and meets Tron, and there's a whole bunch of fun adventures there. Or you might be more familiar with the Daft Punk fueled, wonderful, musically charged Tron Legacy from 2010. If you didn't already, please listen to that wonderful soundtrack. I can hear it in my head. Do 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 do. There's a lot of really cool Tron lights and everything else. Visually, amazing movie. I hope they get to make Tron 3. That'll be an amazing thing. Apparently that might happen with Jared Leto attached to it, but you know, fingers crossed. So what we're going to see today is a Hot Toys light cycle on a custom-made grid. We're going to fire it up and light it together, so we'll be seeing it for the first time together, as we always do, and we'll be able to admire in wonderment of the wonderful work that Laser Cutting Australia has done. So, without further ado, let's pop it open and check it out. It's in here with the package that says Fragile all over it, and let's check it out. Boop. All right, it's been a while since we've done this. What do we always say when we're about to cut something open? Let's cut away from ourselves. Okay, so now we're in the nuts and bolts. So I've seen a Tron light cycle before. As a matter of fact, my friend Bob and I have a very, very strong attachment to that wonderful movie, but I've never had a grid piece before. So it's very interesting to get a light cycle back into the collection. You can see it already. Ooh, okay. This is the grid piece. That's super cool. Now, Laser Cutting Australia had made this to be a light for both sides. So the panel lights up this way and also lights out the bottom as well. Really, really good for glass cabinets. Okay, let's pop this over here. Ah, okay. So here we've got Sam, and Sam is also connected through USB to light up. So we'll check that out as well. Let's be super careful with the wires there. All right, Sam, you go to sleep. We've got more of Sam's pieces here. Sam Flynn, the son of Kevin Flynn. And of course our light cycle. Be careful, there's a few pieces that have come loose. All right, there we go. There we go. And this will have gone. Just reattaching this little piece that may have come off. All right, light cycle, and there's the power port. Okay, let's get lit up. There's a few wires around, so I'm just going to have to be very careful. The leg bone connects to the hip bone. Please don't clip any wires. If you've ever played Mario, it kind of looks like when he's like in underwater and he's like, yeah, it kind of looks like that. Okay, now, of course, did it the wrong way. All right, so this looks like this connects to here. Now the light cycle also had the ability to open up a little bit. Okay, now that Sam's in, so I see there's an input here. Okay, there we go. How you doing, kiddo? We're always on the same team. Let's plug this into power and see. All right. Okay. Oh! That's great. Oh, I guess that's already on. That's also very good. Let me hit this light here. Now what we can see here is that the front of the helmet as well as the sides are lit up here. So the bike is lit up, but it's a USB lit, which is awesome. Okay, now the main body itself needs to be plugged in. I don't know what this is though. I'll just look in the plastic because I may have misplaced something. Okay, coolio. Now, for the purposes of this, I'm going to plug this in, but because the power source is that way, I'm going to plug it in and then I'll come back around. So I'm going to turn this off and we'll see it light up. All right, here we go. Ah! Well, that just looks friggin' cool, doesn't it? We already know the iconic scene of the light cycle from the original movie, but Tron Legacy managed to elevate that and create one of the most iconic pieces, which is this right here. Here we have Sam Flynn on the light cycle on a piece of the grid. This is so cool to have. It seems like it's a piece that Hot Toys probably should have had from the start. I'll gently put this down. And that would be the light that's, shining underneath. What an awesome piece to have. Wow. Insert Daft Punk music here. Now I'm going to cut off the main light as well, and we're just going to see this lit up by itself. And Grogu with his bubble tea. Wow, that's just awesome. It's also a really good idea to have that light shining from the bottom as well, because I'm going to put it in the glass cabinet and that's where it'll shine through. There's no worries about battery acid or battery leakage at all, because this is all connected with, of course, USB power. How often have we looked at a figure that we've got and kind of thought to ourselves, you know what? That Iron Man would look great lit up, but I can't be bothered going into the cupboard, going around, lifting the little hatch, turning it on and watching it and going, let's turn it off to preserve the battery. Goodness knows I've done that with my Hulkbuster and I haven't even put the batteries in. I'm like, I am not going to try to put that all together. Having the light cycle is one thing. Having it lit up, completely different. This is super cool for that. It is always great to unbox and share these wonderful pieces like this, especially done by Matt from Laser Cutting Australia. It just truly adds to the piece itself and it just looks awesome. As always, we're going to jump into a video and check out a few more of these details. Awesome technology, LED lights, it was just meant to come like this. That being said, thank you so much for joining. I just love popping open these rare and unique kind of things with the wonderful audience that is you. Until next time, be safe, be well, and I'll see you in the next episode.
Grid is live. Initiate light cycle pattern.